Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all over the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. Well, I did go to New York City with my grandson Eli last weekend, and it was such a blast. We just had an amazing amount of fun. I posted a bunch of pictures on my social media. He graduates from high school tomorrow morning, so that'll be fun to see that. But we went to see Aladdin, which is fabulous. If you guys get the opportunity, go see it. We saw Camelot, which was wonderful. Camelot was terrific. Aladdin was just over the top. Disney, big production numbers, amazing sets, great singing, amazing talent. I told Eli, I said, the thing that I marvel about the most when I go to Broadway is how can that many people be so talented? And you think about everybody in the chorus is just as talented. They just haven't gotten their big break yet. So I think it's remarkable that all those people have all that talent. And so we did that. We took an open deck bus ride at night through the city and over the Brooklyn Bridge so we could see all the night lights. And what else did we do? We were in Times Square. We went to the Met. He got to stand inside a pyramid. So really a fun trip for him. Hopefully he'll remember it for the rest of his life with his Mimi. All righty. That's the update for this week. Let's go to the phones. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Julie.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Terrific. Wonderful. Thanks. Where are you located?
New York.
New York? New York City?
Yeah. Not New York City.
Oh, my God.
I live in the suburbs in Long Island.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I was just there.
I know.
Did you see me waving to you?
Yep.
I was waving to you. Oh, terrific. Well, good. Well, welcome. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I think that my question really is about my mom. She has Parkinson's. I believe she's end stage. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just want to know if you can give me some insight into what's going on in her mind. And, I'm trying to help her to transition, but it's difficult. So that's really my question. Where is she at and what can I do to help her?
What's her name, Melissa?
It's Frances.
Frances. Okay. What I'm going to do is she near you? Does she live on Long Island?
She lives nearby, but not in Long Island.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect from you to your mom. So I'll connect into you first, and then I'll connect over to your mom. So here we go. How this works is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit, because we're all spirits attached to a body having a human experience. And when I raise my vibrational level, I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to hook into you up in New York. And then I'm going to go from you. You're going to be my hub. You're going to be my Grand Central Station. And then I will go to your mom, Frances, from there. And then I'll have a hologram of her in my mind's eye. If she's in one of the 12 phases of transition, if she's dying, Melissa, I will let you know that. I will let you know what phase she's in, all of that. If she's not, then I'll ask her permission if I can scan her.
Okay.
And is she alert? Is she able to talk? What?
Very little. She sleeps mostly. So no, not much verbal. Yeah.
Is hospice involved at this point?
Nope.
Why not?
It wasn't the recommendation of her doctor. She's comfortable. And I've mentioned it, but I don't, I have my own things going on. And so I'm not really the primary, I have a sister and a brother. So, they've taken charge of a lot of those decisions. But it's something I've thought about that maybe we should do that soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hospice is fabulous. They just, boy, and so much of her care will be covered by her insurance, by her Medicare. I'm assuming she's elderly.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in New York. All right. Got you. Shooting from you to your mom. Your mom's in phase 9 of the 12 phases of transition. And my guess is you probably were expecting something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the phases of transition, for those of you that don't know what Melissa and I are talking about, is as we're transitioning, our spirit starts to separate from our body, and it exits the body and it holds on to the top of the head. It looks like a cartoon caption bubble, Melissa,
Mm-hmm.
like a speech bubble in a cartoon. And she's surrounded by angels. She's surrounded by deceased loved ones. Her parents are there. Her deceased pets are there. I mean, it's really a glorious scene. So there are 3 questions I always ask somebody when they're at the end of life. Are you ready to go? Frances, are you ready to go? She's saying, absolutely. Are you in pain? She's saying, not at all. Do you need anything? Is there anything your family can do for you? Pray for me. So, did you have any questions? Did you have a question you wanted to ask her?
No, I'm not sure if I'm worried that there's something that some unfinished business or something she wants from us before she passes. I feel like we're holding her back in some ways. I just don't want her to be afraid, to go. I think it's sometimes just, it's scary for people. So I think it's just really about what she wants from our family, immediate family.
Mm-hmm. It is scary, especially for people that are elderly, and it's because they've been inundated with, you're either going to fly or you're going to fry when you die. And that's just what they've been brought up with. And so they're afraid. Most people are afraid. And so let's talk to her. Frances, can you see the angels around you? Yes. She's saying yes. And I can see my mother. Can you see your dad and your other family members? Yes, they're all here. Are you afraid to go? Not at all. She's saying not at all. So have you all told her that it's okay for her to go and to watch over you from heaven?
Only I have.
Okay. So that's what she's going to need to hear. See if you can get your siblings to do that. Just say, hey, Mom, we're going to be fine. Watch over us from heaven. It's okay if you go. Sometimes that's all they need. They're just waiting for permission to go because they want to go when you guys are comfortable with it, especially if it's gone on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you read my book, Angelic Attendance, yet?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
good.
beautiful.
Share that. Thank you. Share that with your family if you feel led to do that, because it will bring them a lot of comfort and it will alleviate a lot of fear. Because when we're with somebody at the end of life, not only are we fearful for them, we're fearful for us because we know we're going to be there at some point. But I think she's ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So I hope that helps. One other thing, Melissa,
Mm-hmm.
if you go to my website, AskJulieRyan.com, and download the 12 Phases of Transition chart, it's free. Save it on your phone. Then just ask out loud or in your head, what phase of transition is my mom in? And you'll hear a number. Be the first thing that comes into your head. And then you can refer to the chart. And that will give you some information as well. Look for the little miracles along the way. They'll be plentiful.
Okay.
There'll be, there's always little miracles. So I hope that helps.
I have one other quick question. I'm curious if my son is with her.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's in the second row.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Her parents are there in the first row. They anchor the angels. You'll see that on the chart. They anchor the angels. Your son is next to your maternal grandmother, who's behind your grandmother. So Your maternal grandmother's running the show. Your mom's maternal grandmother is who your son's next to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He
really
has a
appreciate
message
that.
for you. He has a message for you. He said, tell grandma she'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Sending you a big hug.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's so hard. And especially when there are family members who don't know how to do this and they're afraid. And so the best thing you can do is just say, okay, it's okay if you go, we're going to be fine. And, just watch over us from heaven. Looks like our next caller is Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for taking my call.
How are you, girl?
I'm great. How are you?
You are most welcome. I'm terrific. Thanks. Where are you?
I'm in South Bend, Indiana.
Golden Domer.
Yes. Right on the border of Michigan and Indiana.
Yeah, South Bend, where Notre Dame is. That, for those of you that don't know what a Golden Domer is, that's the nickname for Notre Dame people. That's where Notre Dame's based, right? Did you go to Notre Dame?
No, I just grew up near it, but I'm a big fan of the Fighting Irish, and I love the campus. It's beautiful. If anyone on here watches the video is able to visit or go to a game, it's a bucket list item.
Absolutely. And they have Touchdown Jesus there.
Yes.
It's on the side of the chapel, right? Yeah. So it's a mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mosaic with Jesus with his arms raised. And it looks like he's going, touchdown. Oh, heavens. Oh, well. Well, welcome. You have a question for me?
I do. My heart goes out to the first caller, Melissa. My mom has Parkinson's as well. And I'm calling because I feel like I've had fits and starts with my moving situation. And I was calling to see if you could ask Spirit. I'm in the process of, I know this is kind of bizarre, people, but I'm just trying to figure out what is my next move, where I should move to physically. I feel like where I'm at right now is unsettling to my family and causes stress to my mom. And I'm in the process of interviewing some places to stay, but I get not so great energy or vibes. And the one place I went to today, it felt right, but I thought I'm going to ask Julie because she's an expert on all things spirit wise. And I know that when we have that capability to with Angelica training, to ask what is our next move, but I was hoping that I could try to get some insight from the spirit world.
Sure. Are you thinking about moving out of town or just moving to a different home, or different job? When you say moving, what does that entail for you?
Yes, that's a great question. So I want to stay in town near family. So just moving out of where I am currently staying to probably an apartment. And then also if it necessitates, I think, getting a new job that pays more so that I feel comfortable and safe where I'm going to be living. So it's kind of a 2-part job and move relocation. Okay. But I do want to stay in the area if possible. Okay.
So are you living with your mom now?
No, I'm not, but that is a possibility, but I'm not right now.
Okay. So let's just start there. Is it in Kimberly's best interest? That's how I like to preface everything when we're talking to Spirit. Is it in Kimberly's best interest to move to a different home? Yes. I get a yes. Is it in Kimberly's best interest to move in with her mom? I get a no. It would be too exhausting for you.
Okay.
Do you have caregivers that help your mom? Does she need help?
My sister helps a little bit, but she will need someone to look over her. So that's what I'm trying to find, a safe haven for myself, so that when she wants to have care that she can move in with me. So I guess I was hoping to, if there was one place over another that would be safe for spirit could say, yeah, this, the name of the place, to give me hope.
Give me some options and I'll give you yeses and nos.
Summer Place.
No.
Runaway Bay.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That was a strong yes. And not Williamsburg.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I'm curious how it could, okay.
The first one that I got a yes on, Kimberly, that came in before the question was even asked all the way. That you're right. That was a really strong one. What was that one called?
Runaway Bay.
Is it in Kimberly's best interest to live in Runaway Bay? I got an absolutely on that.
Okay. Do you know the time for? Can I ask about the time frame of when that'll take place?
Well, that's kind of a loaded question because you got to take action. I don't think anybody from Runaway Bay is going to call and say, "Hey, Kimberly, come move here tomorrow." I think you kind of take action on that. So I get it can happen soon if you take action on it. Is that far away from South Bend, or is that a suburb, or what?
It's actually just 2 minutes out of South Bend. It's in a place called Mishawaka, Indiana. It's funny because I went there and I was shown a place and I was excited about it, but they didn't ask for my application or anything, and it was gone within a week. And I really felt like I really missed the boat on this. And I've been looking at different places, and I thought, well, I don't want to get into a situation where I'm in a negative situation. So if it's interesting that I would get a yes for Williamsburg and a yes for Runaway Bay, but you're saying that Runaway Bay came in primarily
really fast. Yeah.
Okay.
And so look in those places and then look in other places too. And what you do is you just ask, is it in my best interest to live in wherever? And then you'll get a yes or no. And it's going to come in instantly, fast as you can snap your fingers or before. And that's spirit guiding you. And then you take action. So you look, and then the places that are going to come up and you go look at them, you're going to know how it feels when you get there. It's kind of, you hear people all the time say, well, I walked in and I knew it was home right when I got there. And I think that's what you're going to find.
Can I ask one last question?
Sure.
I really want my mom to live with me. I want to be able to be her caretaker. Do you foresee that in the spirit, foresee that in the future?
If you want that to happen. What I am hearing again is that it's going to be exhausting. So you're going to need to have some other caregivers help you, especially if you're working a regular job as she progresses.
Is she in my last question, I'm so sorry, is she in any of the 12 phases, Julie?
No, she's not. Okay. Not at the moment.
Bless you. I'm going to say prayers for Melissa's mom and my mom too. And I thank you so much for your gift.
Oh, thanks for calling in. What a delight to see your cute face. I love this new video thing because I get to see the people.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Good luck with the move. Let us know what you do.
I will. God bless.
Okay, bye-bye. All righty. Let's see who our next caller is. Hi, Pam.
Hi.
Welcome.
How are you? You look great.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So are you?
I'm from Michigan. We're starting to warm up.
Oh, good. Where in Michigan?
By Frankenmuth, Millington.
Oh, yeah. Frankenmuth's where the big Christmas stuff is, isn't it? The big Christmas store?
Absolutely.
I've been there. Yeah, it's lovely. You're not a University of Michigan fan, though, are you?
Well, they took care of my husband, so now I am.
Because, I'm a graduate of the Ohio State University, and that's our biggest rival. But okay, since they took care of your husband, Okay, I'll let it go this one time. But
Thank you.
we have to. You bet. You bet. Well, do you have a question for me?
I do. My sister Sandy, she lives just south of us, and she is going through the roughest time. She has a nerve problem that's going through her left side, her rear, all the way down. She knows I'm calling you. She's just in so much pain she cannot. It is impeding her life. She cannot stand, cannot walk for very far. It is just racking her. And I forgot what nerve she called it, but sciatica. That's
Sciatica. Yeah. Going down her left leg.
Yes.
Oh,
And I was
geez.
wondering if you could rotor her.
Absolutely. Obviously, you've been listening to my show. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, absolutely. What did the doctors telling her?
Well, they're giving her physical therapy. They're really not giving her anything that's helping her fast. This is a problem she's lived with. She's had 4 surgeries on her back, her hips, her knees. She's had so many challenges, and I think it's just making her life unbearable at times.
What a sweet sissy you are to call in for her. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll connect to you, and then from you to Sandy. Is she close by? Does she live close by?
She's 45 minutes away, but she knows I'm calling you.
Okay. All right. It doesn't matter if she's on Mars. I'll still get to her, but I just was wondering if she was close. Okay, here we go. Comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama. And heading up to that state up north. That's what they say in Ohio about that rivalry. That state up north. It's like Harry Potter, that villain who shall not be named. That's what the Buckeyes say about Michigan. Okay, got you. Going to Sandy. Sandy, I'm talking to Pam. I know it's fine, is what she said. So good job setting that up. All right. So I'm going in. She's got some collapsing vertebrae that's pressing on a disc, and the disc is pressing on the nerve, is what's going on the left side. So what I'm doing first, Pam, is I'm watching. When I say it's spirit working through me and with me. I'm not doing it on my own. It's spirit working through me and with me. And we send the healing. We will send the healing to Sandy, and then Sandy's spirit will integrate it into her body, and it'll integrate. Can happen instantly, can take days, weeks, months, may need some kind of complementary care like surgery. But certainly it's always the person's spirit's prerogative to utilize a healing in a way that's going to best facilitate whatever it is they're exploring in this life. And unfortunately, right now, she's exploring being in excruciating pain. So what I'm watching happen is I'm watching the vertebrae get propped up, and it looks like these little tile spacers that get used, that a tile mason uses when they're laying tile on a floor or a countertop before they pour the grout in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching that. The disc is getting pushed back in, and there's this little netting that gets added from the upper to the lower vertebrae. It reminds me of goldfish netting. If you have a goldfish and you have that really thin netting that you're trying to get it out of the fishbowl or out of an aquarium, and that gets stretched from the upper to the lower vertebrae. The interesting thing about that, Pam, is I can go in. Well, I had somebody earlier this week. I said, did we do a back healing on you before? And he said, yeah. I said, okay, I can see the netting, because it's normally not there unless there's been a healing. So doing that. All right. Imagine, and I want you to envision all this stuff that I'm talking about, because you're my helper. And so we're all working together to send this healing to her. And hopefully she can listen to this, because this will help integrate the healing into her body if she can hear this. So imagine that her nerve from her back going down her rear end and then down into her leg looks like a piece of aquarium tubing.
Okay.
And imagine inside the aquarium tubing nerve has some debris. There's some dead cells and some other debris in there. So here goes the rotor-rootering part. And imagine there's a little corkscrew in there that's spinning very fast and it's morcellating, it's grinding up anything that's there that's inside that tube. And then it's going to go all the way down her leg. And then what we'll do is we're going to irrigate it. And then we'll, God bless whoever's sneezing. Is that your honey in the background?
That's not here.
Okay. Oh, I don't know who that is. So imagine that there's that corkscrew spinning all the way down that tube, and then it's being irrigated. This is my favorite part, Pam, because it looks like her foot's a sprinkler. The irrigation fluid comes flying out the end of her toes. Cracks me up. So got that. All right, here comes the stem cell energy. Light amber colored gel, sparkles in it, reminds me of a watery gel called Dippity Doo back when I was a kid. You remember Dippity Doo? Yep. And so there's a vortex that's spinning behind her leg, just like on the back of her thigh. And what that centrifugal force in the vortex, what that does is that transforms the stem cell energy into new nerve tissue. So I'm watching it get regenerated. And when I see nerves that have been injured, they look black to me. So that corkscrew morcellates all of it, grinds all of it up. It looks clear. And then the stem cell energy goes in and then it starts to look pink and healthy, Pam. And that's what I'm watching. So it's being regenerated right now. Have they talked to her about surgery?
Well, she has her back fused and caged, and the same thing with other parts on her. Do you know what vertebrae it is?
I don't. It's on the left side, low back. I don't know what the numbers are. Yeah.
That's where her cage is.
Yeah. It's collapsing.
Okay.
So put that back in, and it's pressing on that nerve.
Okay.
That's what's going on. Yeah. So I hope that helps.
I appreciate it. It will help. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're a sweet sister.
Thanks.
We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number, it's not a call-in number anymore. It's a link. AskJulieRyanShow.com is the new link. So see, I'm even used to saying the number because I've said it for all these years. But AskJulieRyanShow.com will give you the link, and then you'll go right in to our dashboard. And then I'll be able to talk to you and see your cute face, which is very fun. So we'll do that. This information is posted on my website, AskJulieRyan.com, in the show notes. We have it all over social media. I'm at Ask Julie Ryan on all the social media, different platforms. Be sure to subscribe and leave a review. RateThisPodcast.com is an easy way to do that, or anywhere you download podcasts or on YouTube. Leave a review, and then you're entered into a drawing for a free session with me. And then I'll get you for a whole hour, and we can talk about anything and everything you want. Normally, in an hour when I'm with a client, we can talk about medical stuff, pet stuff, talk to deceased loved ones, do past lives. I mean, an hour really gives us the time to do a multitude of different things, and it's a blast. What else? We post the day of the show, all the call-in information. I also post it in a newsletter that I send out either on Wednesday or Thursday each week, and it's a question somebody has asked and submitted it online on my website, and then I answer it. So if you have a question and you can't make the show, submit it online, and your question may be chosen. While you're on AskJulieRyan.com, you can sign up for an appointment with me. And as I mentioned, we'll have a whole hour. I'm booked out a little bit, but just get on there. And then what you can do is check the reschedule button on your confirmation email periodically, and it will show you the dates and times that have become available. People reschedule all the time, multiple times a week. And oftentimes you can get in within a day or two. Excuse me. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Angelic Attendant Training, Atlanta, November 3rd through 5th. And Angels and Enlightenment Training is online. You can do that anytime. This week, we got a question from Gina, and Gina lives in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. And she said, "Hello, Julie. I'm just amazed with your work and new to the spiritual phenomena side of the dying process. As a nurse, daughter, and firstborn to an Italian stallion, 89-year-old dad, I'm wondering if you can help my 4 siblings and me. My dad could use some spiritual healing. He's been told he has 6 months to live, and we 5 children are caring for him 24/7. We're doing our best to be supportive/positive and make both parents comfortable on this journey, and we're at our wits' end trying to manage the time we have left with him. We're seeking palliative care, but my dad really wants to know how long he has, wants to prove the doctor wrong, and live to his 90th birthday in July. Can you please let us know what you're seeing?" She put in quotes. "I know you probably get millions of emails and pray you see this one. Thank you, Gina." Here's my response. I love that she calls her dad the Italian stallion. And I love that he wants to beat the doctor's forecast of how long he's going to live, which is true. You know, I mean, we all have the ability to do that. So here's my response. Hi, Gina. God bless you and your family as you go through this time with your dad. End of life care is exhausting for everyone attending to the dying person. So be sure to look for the little miracles along the way. They'll be plentiful. That's what I was telling Melissa, our first caller. You know, when you're going through that with a loved one, there are always serendipitous events that happen, and there are no coincidences in life. That's all spirit letting you know that, yeah, you're on the right path, and you're doing an amazing job taking care of your loved one. I went on to say, your dad is in phase 7 of the 12 phases of transition. That means his spirit's out of his body and is attached to the top of his head in a speech bubble configuration. He's surrounded by angels and the spirits of deceased family, friends, and pets. I always telepathically ask 3 questions to a dying person. Are you ready to go? He said no. Are you in pain? To which he responded sometimes. And what do you need? He said more time with my family. As to how long he'll live, it's anyone's guess. His spirit's in control of that decision. We all choose when, where, how, and who's with us when we transition. Right now, that means I get the thought in my head, he will make his July birthday. Please remember, however, future events are fluid and a multitude of variables can affect an outcome. So what that means is I'm getting that he will live till his birthday in July right now, or last night when I was writing this. That may be different tonight, may be different tomorrow, next week, next month, next whatever. So all we can do is get an answer for this moment in time. Anything that's a future event is fluid. Always remember that. For more information about what happens at the end of life from a spiritual perspective, please read my book, Angelic Attendants, What Really Happens as We Transition from This Life into the Next. I believe you'll find it informative and comforting. Sending hugs to you and your family. So, Miss Gina, good luck taking care of your Italian stallion dad, and enjoy the time that you have with him. Okay, Chris, let's see who our next caller is. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Julie.
How you doing, girl?
Hey, I'm anxious to speak with you.
Terrific. Where are you? Where are you located?
In Pittsburgh.
Okay, great. Got a question for me?
Yeah. Well, yes. I want to know if you can explain. My daughter's in heaven 2 years. My mom just recently passed, and so I think it was Thursday night. I always pray and ask if I can go to heaven to see them. I've had dream visits, but so last week what happened was I think I was partially awake, but I felt myself lifting in vibration. And the next thing you know, I was in the sky, the night sky, and I was with a presence, and I felt like it was a female. I didn't see, but flying's not my gig. So just so you know, free flying. And we were going somewhere, and we were talking, and I was like, and she said, "You're okay. I'm taking you somewhere. You're going to see someone." And I asked her name, and I forgot it. And in this dream, if it was a dream, I kept saying, "Don't forget her name. Don't forget her name." Sure enough, I forgot her name. So we go somewhere, and I know it wasn't heaven because, I don't believe it was heaven. But then she took me to this woman, solid black hair. There was a fire there, and we were talking. And she said, "We've been watching you for 2 years. And we've been watching you, and you got to hang out for 2 years. Like something's going to happen, not necessarily negative." And she says, "And I have to tell you, we love you. You are loved." And I can remember crying, holding her hand, thanking her. And she says, "I have something special for you. You're going to get to see your parents." And then I was lifted again. And it was like people around, not that I knew them or anything, but there was a crowd of people there. And I looked to the right, and I see my father, who I haven't seen for 24 years. He had a red plaid. He was an iron worker. He had a plaid shirt on, like that heavy duty you wear in Pittsburgh in the winter. He even had aviator glasses on. And his glasses, I remember, were just like a little bit crooked. And there was a man on the left and the right of him. And he sort of looked like lost. But when he seen me, he smiled. And I ran over to him, and I got to hug him and kiss him. And he was cold. And immediately it was like, we got to go. And I'm moving again, and I can feel the airborne and the vibration. And next thing you know, I hear somebody screaming and yelling. And there's people all around, and I'm drawn to this noise. And I go over, and it's my mama, like really making a spectacle, screaming. And when she caught sight of me, she looked at me and she goes, "My sweet Lenny." And I said, "Mom, it's beautiful in heaven. Aren't you happy?" And she screamed, "No, I'm effing not." And I forgot this part. I got to back up. The woman that I was sitting with, or right before that, she said to me, "I have to tell you something, and you don't have to worry about it. Your mom's sick, and we're going to take care of her. She's going to be okay." So that my mom was sitting in a wheelchair. She had black penny loafers on. It's very visual. And then I felt myself lifted again. And I remember distinctively saying, "This is like a trifecta. Now I'm going to go see my daughter." And then all of a sudden, it was like, I felt myself in my bed, and I felt the vibration, and I was afraid to open my eyes because I wanted to go. But I probably later for like an hour, and that was it. Is there meaning? Am I crazy?
No. You're not crazy. Did you ever see A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens? Oh, honey, you need to watch that. You find that online. That's what you did. In The Christmas Carol, Ebenezer Scrooge is the bad guy. He's the mean guy. And the ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future, those ghosts come to visit him, and they take him on a journey. And so who that woman was one of your spirit guides, and she calls herself Madeline. So you were astral traveling. All right. the fact that you remember that in such vivid detail, you could feel it. It's like the colors were high def, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's like everything was more vibrant. The senses were more heightened, all of that. That was not a dream. That was astral traveling. And those were visits from your loved ones. You went to visit them, but they were cooperating in that. Yeah. As far as your mom saying that she wasn't happy in heaven, she was playing a role on that. And I don't know what that's all about. I'd like to have more time with you and we can explore that in depth. But the thing is about these astral travel things is they don't always make sense to us at the time when we're trying to evaluate and try and assign meaning to what it is. Know that all spirits are pure love and know that your mom is in joy. That's something else going on. That's some kind of a message for you. And the hit that I got, meaning the thought that I got when you were telling me about it is she said that to you because she doesn't want you to join her anytime soon. She wants you to stay in your body on earth and live the human experience. If she would have said, "Oh, Lynn, this is so amazing. You got to come join us as soon as possible." That's not what you needed to hear. So the only way that you would think, "Oh, I don't know that I really want to go there," is for your mama to say that to you. So that was like a role in a movie she was playing so that you would have the human experience more because it's not your time yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to show you something. If you can see this, my light flickering. That's my daughter.
Oh my gosh. That's your mama.
No, that one.
That's your daughter.
That's Tiff.
She flickers your light.
Yes. Not all the time, but more. Yeah.
So why she's flickering her light is she's validating that your mom said that to you because she wants you to stay in your human existence. And that's what she said. Yeah.
Tiff has 2 little boys, so 5 and 8.
Oh, heavens. Do you get to see them a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Every weekend I have them.
Well, that's a really good reason to stay alive and stay in your human body and take care of those babies of hers. Yeah.
Right.
That's why your mom said that. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
When you bet. And just ask whenever you want to talk to what did I say? Madeline. When you were describing her, I got Madeline and I got spirit guide right off the bat. So you just say, "Hey, Madeline, let's go take another trip and look up A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens." You'll recognize it when you see it. You've seen it probably as a kid, in a movie or something. And so that's what you were doing. What a great thing to share with everybody. Thank you for calling in and letting us know about that.
Okay, thank you.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.
Hi,
looks like our next caller's Janet. Hi, Janet.
Hello, Julie. Gosh, Lynn,
I can't
get over it. Okay, I'm okay. Lynn, that story is just taking my breath away. So thank you for that. Wow. I had just hopefully a quick question. You may know a little bit, but I had my daughter I'm from Santa Barbara, Janet, and I was a week and a half ago. My daughter gave birth to her third child. Beautiful, everything wonderful, and I had the kids for all week with them and just helping out. And the last grandma adventure was going roller skating, and on Saturday. And so we did a quick, we were skating for like 3 hours. It was going wonderful. And I used to roller skate, so I'm comfortable with that. Anyhow, all of a sudden I just got taken out from behind And the next thing I knew, I was on the ground and I looked over. My hand was all, I have a red cast on right now, but it was all deformed and, I knew. But anyway, long story short, they went with me on an ambulance. And right now, I saw 2 doctors yesterday, today, and one said surgery. The other one said, no, you will heal on your own. And my 2 questions were, number one, if you could play back, what happened? I don't even know how it happened, what hit me. And I never felt anything except the pain. And like what happened from behind. And then will I heal with or without surgery if you can see what will go with that?
Yeah, absolutely. What happened? I see you getting pushed, but you said you didn't feel anything. So there was something
like from behind. Yeah, just something.
Yeah,
pushed.
Behind you.
Yeah,
but
and then
not intentionally. Not intentionally. It was somebody that was passing you, and you inadvertently got pushed, is what I'm seeing. Well, can your wrist heal without surgery? I get absolutely. Let's ask, is it in Janet's best interest to have surgery on her wrist for optimal healing? I get a yes.
Oh, to have surgery?
I get a yes on that. Let's drill down on that some more.
Yeah.
Is it in, because I got that you will heal on your own. And then I asked, will it be optimal for you to have surgery to have the best healing that you can have? And I'm getting a surgery nod on that.
Okay. Because we were going, yesterday I was told surgery, and today he said, I think you'll heal on your own because it was reset and all that. So I was going to just sit on it, but I thought I'd ask you.
What does the surgeon want to do?
Well, just put pins and plates, but it kind of is, it was reset and it's all one, if I can get another week without unstable, I should be out of a cast in 5 weeks. This other guy just wants to put in and plate it and pin it and, and then heal from there.
I get it's in your best interest to do the plates and the pins. I know that's not what you want to hear.
Yeah, well,
but that's what I'm getting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for telling me kind of what happened. I mean, I didn't know if it was a big person or what happened, like whatever. And I've never felt like this before, but I had no pain anywhere else.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Just if you could send healing energy, that would be wonderful. Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
I'm zapping on it right now to get it healed. So I hope you feel better. Let us know what you decide to do. You're going to heal either way. Okay.
Thanks,
Janet. Feel better.
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody. That's it. Thanks so much for joining us. Sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.